to know if you have any inspirational things to say to those who are out there, struggling artists trying to make it.
I tell people all the time, do not listen to the negative people, and if that means tuning off social media for a little bit and not listening to that, you have to forge your own path. You have to know who to listen to and who to ignore. And the people who complain the most are always the people who are not succeeding. They're failing at this. So they complain, and that drags everybody down. You have to ignore those people. You have to follow your own path. You have to fail a lot. I would say 98% of people won't even get out the door because they're so afraid of failing. They're terrified. Let me tell you, if you want to be successful, you are going to fail thousands of times. You'll fail a lot more than people who are sitting at home. Believe me, it's much safer to just sit at home.
Right.
But if you really want to put yourself out there, you have to fail. That's what I would say is fail hard. Do it with style.
Right.
Fail with style.
Yes.
And you will make your own way.
I read that the New York City Hot House magazine recently named you Best New Jazz Group. How did the Daniel Bennett Group come to be?
Well, the group is celebrating our 10th year as a touring jazz ensemble. We started in Boston when I was at grad school at the New England Conservatory, and I formed it. The original intent was actually saxophone, banjo, and percussion. The banjo's gone now, and we have electric guitar. And I work with Nat Janoff and Matthew Fike almost exclusively, especially on the road. So they were performing with me just now. The group has toured. We do about 150 tour dates a year. We have 7 full-length albums out. I played saxophone since I was 10. I heard this kid named Chris Oldfield playing the Pink Panther. So I was hooked on saxophone early on.
Yeah.
But I picked up flute in high school and early on in college. I was playing with folk groups around the Rochester, New York area, which is my hometown. So I would say the flute would probably be my next favorite instrument.
And just going back to when you were in Boston, and you were learning, you were also, you did tours internationally with the group Musiner?
Musiner, that's right, yeah.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that experience and how was that?
Yeah.
You went to Switzerland?
Yeah. Ara Sarkisian is a great pianist in Boston, and he's got a 9-piece Armenian folk jazz ensemble. So we toured, we did some stuff in Switzerland, Italy. We played obviously all over the U.S., quite a bit in Boston. I lived in Boston for 7 years, so I was able to be a part of that scene. And the great Ken Field on alto sax. I played tenor in that group. Blake Newman on bass. A really fun ensemble of some really cool players. People are very hungry to hear new music. It's very exciting. This is especially with the internet nowadays, with information just shooting out. You can reach a lot of people all over the globe. People are very hungry.
What would you say was your favorite place to go?
I loved the Northwest. We just got back from Seattle. We did some gigs out there. I love San Francisco. We toured that area, the Bay Area. We go to Florida twice a year. I mean, everybody loves going to Florida. Some great venues in Orlando. There's a place called the Timucua Arts Center, which is a beautiful space for jazz and classical music primarily. For me, wherever I am, I'm happy. I shouldn't, not always, but I mean, that's the goal.
Okay.
The audience, I always tell people, I will give to the audience as long as the audience gives to me, and we both give.
Right.
And if that happens, I'm happy. I mean, we did a tour in Kansas a year ago. Who would think that there was jazz happening up in Kansas? Some of our best audiences were in Kansas. We did a concert at the Topeka Library. There was 200 people in the audience, and there was an auditorium, a little auditorium in the library. So wherever the people are, I'm there.